this is actually really interesting because I feel like the paintings in here, what if the paintings are, from the ancient free folk and are perhaps depicting things like others or the long night? Hello, Wanderers. Welcome back to our Crusader Kings 3 roleplay series following Sir Duncan the Small, the Prince of Dragonflies. And here you can see our camp sitting up top of the Fist of the First Men, that great hill that overlooks these lands beyond the wall. And I think as Sir Duncan awakens from perhaps a bit of a disturbing dream, his eyes are drawn north towards these northern mountains, and I think a cold shiver runs down his spine, and he senses something. I think maybe this isn't a true green dream or a true dragon dream, but perhaps an inkling of that prophetic lineage that lives within his blood from both sides. But I think he looks towards those mountains and he gets a feeling that there is something there for him. Perhaps what Bloodraven was talking about, he'll find out there. And so what I think we're going to attempt to do here is we're going to try to make our way up into these mountains, probably in the direction of this place, Packland, because this is where they worship the cold gods. Not that we know that. We're going to make our way into the mountains, and hopefully we will gain some understanding of what we need to do in order to understand what this threat was that Brendan was talking about. However, we are pretty abysmal on provisions here. We can make a request here, and we're definitely going to make a request for provisions, just enough to get us by so that we can continue our journey here. But yeah, the provisions thing is not looking good right now. Let's see if we can make it up to here. We probably can, so that at least is good. So let's start moving our camp. There's definitely some danger as we're making our journey this way up here, though. So yeah, we're starting to get up into the mountains now. Let's see if we can get some supplies. You wouldn't happen to have some supplies? Oh, we've already attempted this. You can attempt again on the 6th of the 6th moon. We don't have enough money either. Okay, so let's wait, because it's not that long before the 6th of the 6th moon that we can try to convince for a little bit more provisions. Our wife is pregnant. She must have gotten pregnant before we left. Yeah, she's already been pregnant for a couple months, so we could probably assume that that happened just before we left. We had one last night with her before we left to go on this journey. But yeah, let's see if we can get, we really need these supplies. Okay, 73% chance. Please let us charm this guy. He smells our desperations. Cost is increased. Oh man, that's actually really rough. Is there anything we can do? Diplomatic dealings? I mean, I guess we'll see what the jobs are here. Improve ruler reputation, regale court. Speak of, I guess we could regale the court. 250 provisions. This doesn't really give us much, but it will give us some provisions. Go and speak to this chieftain, High Chieftain Egon Egglebone. I mean, maybe we can go speak to the chieftain and learn something from them. I think we have to, because yeah, we absolutely need to get provisions here. So we got to go and do at least this mission. We visited the Milkwater Cairns. Oh yeah, okay. So there's more. I think didn't we visit some cairns earlier as well? Maybe not, but yeah. Once again, I think I don't know, where I would imagine that we would be seeing some truly interesting things here in this journey beyond the wall. All right, we want to do this soon, like as quickly as possible, I would say. So we're gonna have our shill. Who's our shill? Ooh, we do not have a good group. A poet, Conwee Chafford. Do you think you can pull off being a poet for us? Amo says the socialite. Yeah, okay. Our gabbler, Ronald. And another gabbler here in Powell, Mr. Paul Pemford. Not the best group for doing such a thing, but we pretty much have to do it here. Travails of a cook. I don't think we're being unreasonable, snarls the cook, who presumably drew the short straw. Out here in some forsaken hellforce so far that we can't even stock up on the little luxuries. We can stop to forage. Oh, thank goodness. We'll buy what extra provisions we can. I mean, we can stop to forage is definitely the better option here. What's very stern on provision? Provision use minus 20% is nice, but no, we just need to get more provisions. Your efforts are successful. 600 provisions, yes. All right, that's good. That's almost good enough to make me stories and glories. Dinner at High Chieftain Egon's court is an ideal time to impress his courtiers with my dashing escapades. Does my reputation not speak for itself? I think I know of a few such tales. Eat the free food and leave it at that. No, I think we need to exchange tales with these people. Oh, that guy oh, your words ring hollow. He sent us, he's doubtful of our stories, and did he send us back? I guess we got enough provisions anyways to keep going, so perhaps that didn't go well. Hunt criminals. Well, I'm always down to fight some wildlings, so yeah, let's take this contract and we will move as one, because we got to get into those mountains anyways. So let's make our way up there. And there we go. Grisella the Brute. Okay. Oh, she's a witch, gallows bait, a lunatic. Ooh, actually, she is kind of tough. All right. Do we battle her in a duel to the death? We're relatively capable compared to her, but yeah, I guess we'll fight. These signal ambush moving from behind. I wouldn't mind another duel. How many people have we slain here? Darna the Depraved Fornio. I think we could do another duel. It's been a little while. Ooh, and look at this. I love this background. Fighting a wildling, duel to the death in the mountains beyond the wall. I mean, this is the stuff that we came here for. For a brief few moments, Grisella and I pace in lazy half circles, each watching for an opening. I heft my Riverlander's sword, ready to defend myself, while she clutches her own sword to hand firmly. All right, attack first, attack hard. Putting all my strength into my first strike, I leap straight for Grisella, hefting my sword high into a powerful cleave that sends her reeling. Grisella's retort is carefully calculated, waiting for precisely the right moment to reply with several quick slashes of her sword. My form is good with only small errors. Taste the wrath of the warrior. Ah, and we slay her. Sword flying, I throw a hail of powerful cleaves at my opponent. Each blow robs her of something. Her stance, the air in her lugs, her sword, chunks of her flesh. It's only when she's almost totally helpless that I let my weapon bite lethally into her chest. She doesn't seem to quite appreciate the mercy, convulsing in feeble spasms as she falls backwards into a spreading pool of her life's blood. I mean, Duncan is obviously a chivalrous man, and killing a woman is not something that he would take any great pleasure in or pride in. But these are wildlings, and if we didn't kill her, she would absolutely have killed us. And so at least we that was probably the wise thing to do there. Where is this taking us now? Thought we were done with the job. Maybe, perhaps not. Traveling, abort travel. Yeah, we don't need to continue the travel, right? So I suppose we'll end over here. All right, so let's continue the actual journey. Our provisions aren't great, but we can make a request. We can request some provisions from here. So we got a little bit there, 760. Where does that get us? Can we make it up to like here maybe? How's that looking for provisions? No, it's only 500, so we could maybe make it up to here. Let's see. How much is that? 880. We're gonna extreme privation. Yeah, we can make it up to there, I think. So let's start moving the camp. I think we'll be okay. A lot of danger on the way here. Danger. The flesh-stripping wind. Traveling through the unforgiving wilderness that stretches beyond the wall is difficult enough on a good day. Today, it seems, will not be one of those. The air jabs its way into every gap in my furs and cloak. The howling gales pummel my senses. I know the clouds above will carry with them snow to blind me as well. With the snows will also come wet, and with the wet will come freezing. Shelter might save lives now. I know for a fact there's a cave nearby. I don't think we're going to march on through this. I think we're going to get into a cave for sure. I leap into the dark sanctuary of the cave just as the first snows start to fling themselves down from the clouds above. The howling of the wind still haunts us inside, but the walls of the cave are thick and they will shelter us from the worst of the cold. As I step further into the cave, my eyes adjusting to the darkness, I have no torches to dispel. I am surprised to find paintings waiting for me deeper within the cave. Figures of some folk who use this place to shelter before us. This is actually really interesting because I feel like the paintings in here, what if the paintings are, you know, from the ancient free folk and are perhaps depicting things like others or the long night, perhaps something along those lines. Look at the wall. They must be ancient. Yeah, I mean, look at these wall paintings. They must be ancient, perhaps ancient to the long night. Maybe we can learn something from that. These don't seem too interesting. Let us settle in. No, I think let's look at the paintings here and attempt to glean something from them. Let's see. The cave paintings yield no revelations. You know what? I won't say that they yield no revelations. I feel like we just don't it doesn't. I feel like we look at those paintings and it gives us a sense that at least we're on the right track. Like, you know, there is something more than just the wildlings here. It gives us a true sense that, yeah, the people here believe something. Maybe it doesn't really solidify us in the sense of like, oh, this is all I needed to know. I think if that had been successful, maybe I would have considered that like enough. But I think it gives us even more resolution to continue on with our journey here. So once we're done with the cave anyways. Yeah, so let's continue. Well, or once the storm's done with it. But yeah, in my opinion, I think like this is all just adding into our sense that, yeah, maybe Bloodraven was right. Maybe there is something more to this. Danger, this is fine. Traveling through the sometimes harsh environments has an invigorating effect on at least my state of mind and vigor, sure. As I glance over at Victor, however, he does not appear to be doing quite as good. His movement is labored, his breathing heavy, and spontaneous bursts of coughing ripple through his body. Clearly he is not well. Rest and let him recover fully. Ronald, can you treat him? 50-50. Yeah, I think we'll let Ronald try to treat him. Oh, nice. Good job, Ronald. Okay. So Victor is back and recovered. All right, we're going to make it. We're probably just going to make it here. Yeah, our food's starving. Get still. We march on. Oh, man, things are getting rough here. Okay, we did make it. We did make it in, thankfully. This is rough. 0 provisions, but we're not even where we need to be. I think we're gonna have to do this Instructor of Knights one here. With the High Chieftain Yellow Weasel Tringy. Okay. Yeah, I think we just have to do this just so we can hopefully get enough Well, do we? I mean, could we get provisions without doing that? I mean, fighting some wildlings and, you know, taking their money. I'm all often not opposed to fighting some wildlings here. Let's see if we can train them here. He can learn a lot, so he does. I think this is just like the wildlings. They find us and they send a couple of their guys out to challenge some of our knights, or to challenge some of our warriors, and we're gonna send them packing and take their loot. That's how I'm seeing this play out. Perhaps can't keep up, and maybe there won't be any loot if we fail at this one. So let's see. Did we get anything? No, contract failed. So it doesn't end up with anything good anyways, but maybe we can go and get ourselves some supplies. We can buy supplies. We can buy enough. Ooh, there we go. Could try to charm some supplies, but might be better to buy the supplies we need to make it back. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna spend that money. We'll get all the supplies we need to hopefully do our journey here. There's still a ton of danger. Look out, this is 450 supplies just right here. So it's not like we're gonna be able to make it back on what we just bought either. And so we make it here to the Tribe of High Tribe. Fitting name considering like where they find themselves, this waterfall running down, this icy waterfall. But I think it's here in the lands where like these people worship the cold gods. You know, we came across, you know, we heard stories from the people, you know, some of these wildling tribes. We found a cave depicting the long night, depicting the others. We made our way through these cold, icy mountains. And I think as we look out into those frozen mountains, I think that Duncan does get this sense, a deep sense within him, whether you want to call that premonition, green sight, dragon dreams, just a hunch even. I think he sees, you know, and he sees like these people probably performing, you know, rituals to these cold gods. I think that Duncan maybe does start to believe that there is something to this, that this isn't just stories, that there is a threat from beyond the wall that perhaps the realm needs to be united for. I mean, what lies beyond those wastes? Nothing, or something terrible. And I think with that, yeah, I think Duncan does feel like he needs to consider that, because whether or not it's real, if it is real, then that is a force beyond simply, you know, like that is beyond the mortal understanding here. And so I think that we are going to need to return back home and bring that knowledge with us. How far can we make it? Can we make it back to the Fist of the First Men with our supplies? We can. A lot of danger. We'll see if we can survive all the way back home. But yeah, let's start making our way back to the Fist of the First Men. Got ourselves a new Wandering Lifestyle perk. This could be useful. Just one more hill. Children have a chance to gain prowess in the Traveler trait. Well, that's terrible, honestly. Yeah, let's see if we can. Oh, there's a wildling army here. That's great. Good to see. Yeah, let's keep making our way through. Oh god, there's wildling armies everywhere. Eyes in the night. Morning brings a report that a man-eating beast has struck again. Another life vanished without a trace, save the slight drag marks and a few flecks of blood where the nimble creature disabled its prey. The sentries can't get a look at the damn thing. Whatever it is, it's got a taste for us and seems smart enough to follow us after us during the day or early evenings. This is not good. I cast my eyes to the craggy peaks and ridges that loom over us in the pale dawn light, an uncountable number of places for some cave-delving terror to hide, watching, waiting, hunger slowly building for its evening meal. Ooh, tighten the watch. Oh god, there could be some deaths. You'll pursue the beast personally, risking death and potential for prestige. Oh god. I shall take its head. Oh, this could be dangerous, but I think no, watch. We could lose a couple people to it. Amos and Conwy. I think no, let's try to go after it. Ooh, it's a wolf, perhaps a dire wolf. We can't afford to wait another night to outrun the thing. Gathering my hunting party, I intend to end this and to do so this very morning. The beast's tracks are soft and difficult to follow, but unmistakably canine. After nearly an hour, we reach the edge of a steep cliff where the footprints simply seem to vanish. A fierce growling to our rear prompts me to wheel around where I'm confronted by a sizable wolf. A sizable wolf, a dire wolf. Eyes aflame with feral hunger, teeth snapping, thick gobbets of saliva surrounding it from its maw. The creature, its trap sprung, breaks into a sprint. Circle it, surround it. The beast falls to our numbers. Okay. So, or have at the beast. This is the better one. Better chance. Very low chance of dying. This is probably only like a 1% chance of dying, so let's give it a try. Okay. There's still even a 1% chance. I feel like I've had that happen before. But the beast falls to our numbers, so we man. All right, so we kept our team alive. We can gather some extra provisions too, but I think we'll do so a little further along. Danger, sticks in the wheel. Ledge, I hear Powell shout in panic. Soon after, I hear a loud cracking, like that sound of wood breaking or my patience finally slipping. I don't think we've got wagons out here, but shuffle supplies around. We'll ride a little rough. Yeah, let's try to, now we gotta make it past this like wildling army, which is great. Trying to get past there safely. Our supplies getting a little thin, but we see the fist of the first men there in the distance. Thank goodness. And there we go, we've made it back. All right. How far along is Jenny at this point? 7 months. Can we make it back before the child is born? I guess we'll see. Let's try to gather some provisions here to try to make it back. We bring in some food. There we go. Nice. Probably just enough. Let's see. Can we make it all the way back? Oh, Brendan's a little sick, but yeah, there we go. Okay, let's see. All right, yeah, we should be able to make it back here. Do we want to stop at Gnarled Rock or Warg's Hall? I mean, this isn't too far. Maybe, I mean, could it make sense to think like, oh, you know what? What if we went down a different route and then we could potentially hit up a bunch of these and gain ourselves like a bunch of martial lifestyle experience? Because like I could imagine that there's some sense of like, oh, what if, I mean, there's wildling armies all around. Maybe we get the sense of like, oh, we can't make our way this way. Like we have to head straight south. We'll try to make our way like across the what is this? The Bridge of Skulls, and go from the Shadow Tower. That could be cool. See, can we make it over to here? Yeah, we can. And then maybe just on the way, customize route. Let's just see if we can hit up this place as well, just so we can grab that. Yeah, I like this. Let's take a different route back than the one we originally took, just for just to make things a little bit more interesting and to see what we see here in the Skull Peaks. A friendly clamor. It's tough to describe what's so appealingly intimate about the low buzz of a camp settling in for the evening. Maybe it's the background stories of triumph and heroine. Triumph and heroine? that my followers spin of my return, the distant shouts and screams of frustration from the proving grounds, or even the audible lecturing of someone as loudly and confidently as a lord at court. All of this forms a quiet, comforting blanket of familiarity. This is my domain. These are my people. A small kingdom, but one where I know every sight, sound, and soul. Retired to my own tent and simply listening. Perhaps a shave and a haircut, looking immaculate for 10 years. I mean, we have we have grown out the beard and stuff. Nightly drills await for no man. Always a drill. I mean, we are returning home, so perhaps you know what? I like the option because even though he does look cool, but I mean, if we're heading back now, let's keep it. I think we're gonna retire to our own. I like the clean shaven Duncan, but this looks cool too. He looks so much like Jon Snow here. Oh, I had been warned that the old god's followers practice human sacrifice, but never had I imagined that I would bear witness to such a sacrifice. On a stone altar, I see a man stripped nude, laminated to the surface with tightly wound ropes. I simply can't believe what I'm witnessing. He pulsates rapidly with each rapid breath, his bloody eyes pleading with me to interfere. I watch helplessly, longing to stay the knife and postpone his journey to oblivion. Buy this righteous freedom. We don't even have the money. Too bad there's no option to attack. But I'm imagining, you know, if there's like 20 wildlings or something performing this sacrifice, there's like no chance that me and my, you know, 7 men are going to be able to do this. I don't know why there's a child in our court. I guess Powell must have had a kid before he left too. So let's assume that this child is not with us. She's probably with the rest of our remaining our family and whatnot back in the Castle Black. But yeah, I mean, this I think solidifies it. You know, these people are performing sacrifices to the cold gods. You know, yeah, I think that we have a greater understanding of the dangers from beyond the wall here. Sickness in the herd. Yeah, the things are getting tough. Disease spreads through the herd. Oh man. Yeah, it's not looking good necessarily here. Visiting the Frostfang crypts. The Frostfangs are ancient and bitterly cold. There, the freak folk sometimes inter their lords and kings in dark, grim crypts. Wow. Yeah, okay. Alright, so we make it to the Bridge of Skulls. Westwatch by the bridge. There we go. Oh, look at this. Yeah, literally the Bridge of Skulls. Is that it? Yeah. The Bridge of Skulls spans the gorge and is the only way to go around the wall by land. It is, however, guarded by 2 castles of the Night's Watch, the Shadow Tower, and Westwatch by the bridge. So there we go. We do meet with some Night's Watch here, probably a minimal guard, but at least enough for us to, I mean, can we get anything from them? I don't think we can actually. Oh yeah, because it's okay. We got to get to the Shadow Tower at least, probably too, if we want to like buy some supplies or anything like that. So let's cross the bridge. That is there we go. So we're in the Shadow Tower now, which is cool. Can we get ourselves some supplies from the Shadow Tower? Supplies are this way. We need something to spare. Come on. He smells our desperation. Come on. Oh, we can't steal from the Night's Watch. All right. So the Night's Watch is like, yeah, we don't have anything. We don't have anything to spare here, which, yeah. All right. Well, great. Let's head back. Mingle with the locals here. Wouldn't mind hearing a story or two. How do you tell stories so well? Oh, we don't have enough money to spare here. Let's just listen. Let's just listen to the good stories and then head back. But yeah, we got to continue on. We got to make our way to Castle Black here. It wants us to go that way. Ooh, provisions run out past this point. And I don't really want to go that way anyway, so we're going to have to probably just make our way, like, how far can we get with the supplies we've got right now? Minus 380. Probably about it. Let's start making our way. Cutting rations. Just buy yourself something at the next town. Stop fighting, it's gonna be fine. Yeah, I mean, rations. I like this quest though, because it's like we've been starving. We've encountered like a bunch of crazy and weird experiences beyond the wall. This is truly solidifying our sense. Are we still? Is it possible? Oh, she's been pregnant for 9 months. We're gonna get back just before or just after Jenny probably has our child there, which is cool. The procession has ground to a halt a stone's throw away from Greyguard. I look over to see Ronald dismounted and staring intently at the ground. The other entourage members have gathered around him. Ronald looks up as I approach. My lord, there's an ant path here. Frickin' Cranagman. Come on, buddy. Fine, we'll find another path. This is nonsense. I'll take over as guide. Oh my god, Ronald. Ronald, man. I mean... But perhaps superstition is something... Well, no, maybe we should have just gone... What's in a name? Hey, we do have a child. Jenny Targaryen. Name... I think we should name her Jenny after me. What do you say? I mean... Well, she's there by herself, so I guess she'll pick the name. We don't have a choice, so... Jenny has decided that, the girl will be named after her. Damn, imagine we could have made it. Where we were like so close. There we go. Oh, nice. We're getting a martial lifestyle perk, which is nice. Stalwart leader. I think probably that's what we're gonna want to grab. Yeah, stalwart leader for sure. And I think we've proven ourselves to be a stalwart leader. Frankly, I'm quite surprised that we're gonna make it back with no casualties, considering how high the danger was on some of those journeys. I really wish that some of these Night's Watch people would give us some supplies, but I guess most of these places are not supplied. Actually, we're kind of in trouble. Because we have no supplies. We can't buy supplies. We can't get provisions. We can... Like, now this doesn't make sense to get provisions. I should have done that before I left. And we got to butcher... Desperate measure, butcher animals? What does this do? Any of your followers has dogs? I don't think one dog's gonna be enough. Man, we're so close. We're so close. Oof. Run low. Provisions run low at this point. We might still be able to make it. But I still kind of want to go this way. I think we can make it. It's not good. This is obviously not good. Helping out. 2 minutes. She's obviously not with us, so just gonna ignore it. Yes, we must press on. I think we have to press on, surely. Twisted words. While entertaining visitor, we happen upon the topic of the 7-pointed star, and a vigorous discussion ensued. The group having dispersed, Jamos approaches me afterwards, visibly distressed after having overheard some of the debate. How could they get the 7-pointed star so wrong, he says with disbelief. Zealous. Take the failings of opportunities. Take the failings of others as opportunities for yourself, or in exposing the ignorance of another, you weaken their position. Your commitment to the rights is commendable. Yeah, okay. Jamos is going to be zealous. Okay. And somehow, after all of that, with 0 provisions, we make it back to Castle Black. That was actually kind of an intense journey. And I think that we truly did learn a lot. I mean, the caves, getting up to, this land where they worship the cold gods, seeing all those lands, this great glacier, the lands beyond that, and like what could possibly come from beyond, sacrifices, crypts, wildling wars, talking with their chiefs. If that doesn't give Sir Duncan enough knowledge of the threat, not just of the wildlings, but of what and not only that, but like also just the wall itself, right? If that doesn't give Duncan a sense that there is truly threats beyond the wall, then I don't know what else would. And perhaps that is enough for Duncan to think that in order for the realms to be safe from that threat, that they need to be united. And so I leave you with the question now then, because I think that there are a couple ways of looking at it, but I think Bloodraven is satisfied with what we have done, and I think he would give us Dark Sister, but we have a choice here, because if we accept Dark Sister, there is no more Sir Duncan the Hedge Knight. There is only Prince Duncan Targaryen. If we accept Dark Sister, we accept the mantle and the burden of restoring the realm to Targaryen rule. And that might mean war, or it will mean war. And that war will mean death for the people. But we also have the option, perhaps we decline the sword, decline that burden, and follow another path. I don't know what that path would be, but I leave it down to you in the comments. What do you guys think? Do we accept the sword? Do we accept the burden of Prince Duncan? Or will Sir Duncan remain, and will he continue his own quest to defend the people of these lands in his own way? I leave that up to you. Let me know down in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, Wanderers. I do absolutely appreciate it. I know that some of these episodes have been a little bit shorter than some of our usual ones, and I know they're coming a little more infrequently, but I am doing my best to continue bringing you some content from Crusader Kings 3, and yeah, this story has a little bit longer to go, I dare say. So, till the next one, Wanderers, thank you for watching.